at home uphill. And this weekend, the fence is in. So we're going to get it together. We're going to put it up. So I'm looking at the garden. Going to get the fence up and get the plants in because my life of 3-day weekends is over. Things are getting busy and things are getting busy with Griff and it's fire season, and we are both back to 5 days and we are gone from the house 10 hours a day. So not a whole lot gets done during the week because by the time we get home and we eat dinner, it is time to go to bed and wake it up and do it all again. So this weekend is our big push weekend to get the fence done, get the garden in. I need to get the plants in. I don't have any watering set up yet. We're going to water with the hose until I can get that all figured out. It's going to be a whole process. But today we are going to put the fence in, and we'll start with getting some of the post sleeves pounded in, which thank God Griff can do because it would take me a year. And get the posts in. And the way this fence works is it's kind of like a chain link where you have the metal posts and then you run the guide wires and then the fence connects to it. So that's how that's going to work. And then the fence goes around it and it gets all clipped and then it's done. And then the reason why we did it this way instead of the standard fencing where you slam the posts into the ground themselves or cement them in is we really wanted the ability to expand this because right now this is just kind of a test and to see how much we can really handle and what we can really do in a year. So we're going to start with what it is, and then eventually when we are able to clear more trees or figure some other things out, we can expand and those sleeves can get pulled out and then move down. It is an 8-foot deer fence. So because there in the orchard there is a 6-foot fence and the deer jump right over it and jump inside. So 6-foot fences don't work. So we're putting in an 8-foot fence. So it looks crazy tall, especially once you stand the posts up. But it's going to keep the deer out, which we really need. And then we'll put some more heavy duty fencing underneath to keep out some of the diggers and the rabbits and some of the other smaller animals. Not strong enough to keep out a bear. We do have bears. We do keep our trash cans in the garage in the summer because we have bears. So if the bears become a problem, we'll have to figure something out. But at this point, our main issue is the deer because the deer sleep right above the garden. They bed down up there. So enough talking to me. We'll get you through putting in the posts and we'll see how it goes and chat again. This is going to be over 2 days, the whole weekend. So wish us luck.
Okay, so I'm gonna go down to where it's more flat and level to assemble the gate. So that way we can determine where to set the second gate post. And once we get that figured out, then we can actually hang the gate and we can start putting up the fencing. But I'm going to assemble the gate down at the driveway because it's flatter down. So now we use these self-tapping screws to hold it all together. I need a drill. Okay. So let's
Okay, so the fence posts are up. They are up, and they have the bracers on the corner posts, and they do look really tall because they are. Because we didn't hammer the sleeves all the way down into the ground, which is recommended. They still are probably like a foot and a half in the ground. They're really long. But if we hammer them all the way in, it's going to be a whole lot harder to be able to move them. And at this point, we think we're going to have to move them eventually, not this year, but we do want the capability to move them. So the fence can always get shorter. So it seems pretty tall. The 8-foot actual fencing won't reach quite to the top of the poles. Maybe like we're like looking at 10 inches. So and we can get a closer look at what it looks like, and I can also show you we did add a couple things to the beds. So yeah, posts are up. Here's the gate that we assembled, and then the fencing goes on the gate too. So gate posts here, corner posts with the bracers, and then we strung the guy wire all the way around, and then it comes together down here with a tensioner, and then we have like a torque tensioner that we use to tension posts. And then I also wanted to show that we did get more soil for the beds. And then just to help keep um, some of the soil from falling through some of those cracks in the logs, we just put some weed barrier up to just line it out a little bit and keep everything together. So let's get the top guy wire on and we'll go from there. Test, 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 test. Test, 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 test. Microphone, can you hear me? From way over there. I'm talking quietly. Test, test, test. Testing my microphone, microphone. Can you hear me in the microphone? Can you hear me in the microphone? Microphone. We got a microphone.